Hello, everyone. Lacy here. I am in a little different office setting today. I just want to welcome all of you. We are in whole food plant-based weight loss community, and I would love to hear and see where you guys are all tuning in from. I am in my gym. If you guys follow me on social media, then you probably recognize this space. So my husband actually has a work call at the same time, and we have offices right next door to each other. So I just stepped away so that you didn't have to hear him, I didn't have to hear him, he didn't have to hear me. Let's talk about a super common struggle. The topic is yo-yo dieting and why it's actually making weight loss harder, not easier for you. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever lost weight only to gain it back and sometimes even more? I think a lot of you could probably raise your hands on this one, right? Let me tell you this, you're not alone. This cycle of losing and regaining is called yo-yo dieting. And it's not just frustrating, it actually works against your metabolism. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive because it's a diet. You're supposed to be losing weight, right? Well, it's not that simple, especially depending on how long you've been yo-yo dieting, what kind of damage it's done to your metabolism, what kind of damage it's done to your gut health. Okay? So I I touch on this because it is becoming more and more common that I see people are not eating enough. And when that happens, it can actually damage your metabolism. So here's what happens when you severely cut calories or go on an extreme diet. Your body goes into starvation mode because it thinks food is scarce. I mean, think about our primal times. Like your body's holding on to the fat, holding on to what energy from food that it's getting because it doesn't know the next time it's going to eat again. So it holds on to that fat for survival, right? So if you're putting yourself through this yo-yo diet of, okay, I'm going to starve myself, I'm going to be on a really strict diet, and then all of a sudden you binge, well, it's going to hold on to not only the foods that you're taking in, but then that binging too, right? So your metabolism slows down to conserve energy because it's like, oh, we've been here before. I know that she's going to starve us, even though we're binging right now, and your body holds on to that fat because it knows these yo-yo cycling diets that you put your body through. So your body is again holding on to fat for survival, but then your metabolism is slowing down to conserve energy. So when you start eating normally again, your body doesn't trust that the food will keep coming because you've continued to do this. So it stores even more fat as a as protection, right? So this is why your weight loss stalls or even reverses after a diet. Your body is not broken though. It's just doing what it's designed to do. Think about what it had to do back in the day, right? So your body was trained to do this. So that's why this damage comes when we are not giving our body sufficient foods. So if this is what has been going on with you, how do we solve the problem? Sustainability. Okay. So that is key with weight loss. And you'll hear me say this all the time is you need sustainable weight loss. You don't need an extreme diet. You don't need to starve yourself. You need to A, fuel your body properly. Don't deprive it. B, eat enough nutrient dense foods so that your metabolism stays active. So eat a lot of fiber filled food. That's going to keep you fuller longer. It's going to provide nutrients and it's going to keep your metabolism active. And finally, number three or C, ditch the extreme diets, okay? Focus on the balance of plant powered nutrition. We are here because we want not only more energy, weight loss, but we want optimal longevity and wellness, right? So we want these plant powered nutrients that are going to help keep you full and energized. So if you have been stuck in this plateau, just know that you're not alone, okay? But again, yo-yo dieting. If you put your body into starvation and starve yourself for an extended period of time, then when you do eat that food, it's going to hold on to it because it has been through this cycle before. It knows, oh, well, she's going to feed us now, but then she's going to start starving us again. You do not want this cycle. You do not want your metabolism damaged like that. Okay? So, some of my key takeaways from this would be to eat enough. Okay? Start tracking your food. Earlier this week, actually yesterday, and a couple days ago, I posted about food journaling. It is super important. I know it can be tedious to begin with, but once you get in the habit of it, whether you take pictures of your food, right, and then go back and look at it, whether you're jotting it down in a notebook that you have special for tracking your food, or use something like MyFitnessPal, it's going to give you a better idea of what you're eating because you're not going to remember the extra meal that you picked up last week and how that counted toward your calories. And I don't want to say that you need to count calories when you're following a plant-based diet, but if you are an active person and you have goals to, let's say, change your body composition, then it can be helpful to track calories. But once you get into the mode of food journaling, tracking, eventually it comes naturally, okay? But you have to train yourself and you have to make it sustainable for you. That's where I come in. I help you format that foundation for sustainable weight loss, okay? There is no quick fix diet. There's nothing that's going to be sustainable if it's extreme or if it's this up and down roller coaster. You have to keep it consistent, okay? And I don't mean 100% of the time, I mean 80% of the time, okay? That still gives you some leeway for having those cheat meals, okay? And one cheat meal is not going to derail you. It's when you take the whole day and maybe eat 1,200 additional calories in from the peanut butter jar in one sitting. That might derail your progress throughout the day, right? Or throughout the week. But I'm telling you, you can do this because you also have to refeed your metabolism, keep it thriving, keep it working efficiently. And if it's not working efficiently, then we need to assess why. Okay? So I hope this is some helpful information for you to take away and at least get your mind rolling, your wheels spinning on how can I make it so I'm not on this roller coaster of yo-yo dieting. You don't have to be stuck in this cycle. It's time to break free from it. So if you want extra help where I come in and I help you assess what changes can be made in your intake, then reach out to me personally or just raise your hand in the comments, okay? Let me know if you're ready to stop this yo-yo dieting because we're already into February, the second month of 2025. Where are you at in your goals? It's time to start seeing real lasting results because you know what? Before you know it, spring is going to be here and you're going to be like, oh crap. Like, I should have been building my spring break body during the winter months. Now I have 4 weeks, and you don't want to have to do something extreme in 4 weeks unless you just don't. Okay. So drop a comment below or reach out to me personally, and I'll help you assess where you can go from here if you have been on the yo-yo diet or if you feel like your metabolism is slowed. Because you know what? Your metabolism doesn't just slow because of the yo-yo diet. It can also slow because of your age. So we can touch on that later. If you have questions regarding your age and weight loss and how that is affecting your journey, then drop the comment or drop a question in the comments below and we will touch on that later this week. Okay. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments below, reach out to me personally or post them in the group so we can get them answered and we will keep chatting from there and having this discussion. Until next time, I will be sure to leave questions in the comments below and I will see you next time. Take care, y'all.